Good morning, Pennsylvania FFA. I am Mrs. Fay, the Penn State Teach Ag SAE Specialist. And today we're going to talk about how to finalize our records in our SAE project. So what you're going to want to do is log into your AET account and get to the Experience Manager. So in our Experience Manager, you can see that I have two market hog projects listed. I have a market hog project 2019 and a market hog project 2018. That means that in 2018, I had, in this case, one market hog, and I bought it as inventory purchase for resale, and I raised it through the summer. I bought feed and so forth, and then I sold it. And in 2019, then, I bought pigs again in April or May, and I paid for the pigs, inventory purchase for resale. Here's a review of my records, inventory for resale. I bought the feed, I paid for the vet, and I entered my income from the sale of that pig. So since our project is finished, what I want to do is talk about how to do the year-end tools and finalize our SAE project. So we're going to go to the clipboard first, and we're going to write a review of our project. So AET gives you a really nice template that you can use. So you can do this a couple ways. You can highlight the template, you can copy it, and you can paste it in the description box, or you can write your own little paragraph. So I wrote my own little paragraph. So throughout my whole 2018 market hog project, I had one pig. I bought one pig and I fed it and I sold it. So if I had bought two pigs through the year, the numeric quantity would be 2. So again, the numeric quantity is the total number of animals you have in this project throughout the year. So my description written in past tense, because this is a review, I bought my pig in April to show at the Lebanon County Fair. And again, I'm talking about showing this pig. You do not have to show market animals and sell them at a fair. You can have market animals, you can raise them, you can sell them, butcher them, whatever. But in this case, this is a show pig. So I bought my pig in April to show at the Lebanon County Fair. I don't have any non-current inventory, although I do, but I want you to see how to write this. I don't have any non-current inventory items because I borrowed the equipment from my cousin. I learned how to exercise the hogs to keep them trim for the show. I also learned how to identify pig diseases and how to give a shot. And then you will say, I showed and sold my pig at the fair in July. Okay, you want to make sure that you include in this annual summary what happened to your project. Because if you don't include that that pig was sold, then the expectation is if somebody is looking at a degree application, for example, they're going to look for that pig in a current inventory slot. So you want to be absolutely sure you include what happened to that pig at the end of the project. So then we're going to hit save. And that takes us back to the Experience Manager. And something I want to show you in the Experience Manager that I have done is I have two rabbit production projects. I have a replacement rabbit project and I have a rabbit production project. I have temporarily turned them off or made them inactive so that when I go to any of the, like if I'm putting in expenses or I'm working in the market manager, these rabbit projects don't get in my way, and I don't, there's no chance that I'm going to make a mistake and put a pig entry in my rabbit project because that would be very annoying. One thing that you can see that I have not done that you should do is some journal entries. We want to make journal entries, at least weekly journal entries, about our hog project. So I'm going to go to the Journal tab really quickly, and I'm going to go Time in your AET projects. And again, we should have done this previously, but this is my 2019 project. And this week I worked 5 hours. And this week I fed and watered my pig. And I cleaned out his pen on Wednesday. Okay, so we can go to, and this is my Market Hog Project 2019, so we have to be really careful. We're putting the correct date in. So I'm going to put 5/15/2019 for the date that I did this. And the skill area that I did is in animal systems, and it would be management techniques that ensure animal welfare. So we're going to choose that and save and go back to our journal entry. And again, I worked 5 hours. I fed and watered my pig, and I cleaned out his pen on Wednesday. And if there's a picture that I take of myself cleaning out his pen, I can choose that picture and upload that. And then I'm going to hit save, and that takes me back to my AET journal section. So I'm going to go back to the Experience Manager and continue to fill out the end, the reflection at the end of my project. So I'm going to go to the tractor, and the tractor is where we have non-current inventory. And I know in my explanation that I said I didn't have any non-current inventory, but I just wanted you to see how to do that. So for my pig, I had some show equipment. So I'm going to click on usage for my show equipment, and I used that show equipment for my Market Hog 2018 project. So I'm going to click or type 100% because I didn't use my rabbit or my hog show equipment in my rabbit projects. So I entered 100% there, and you can see the total of 100% down here. In 2019, I also used that show equipment for that Market Hog project in 2019. So I click 100% for 2019. Now you can see that this is currently, I'm doing this video in 2020, and 2020 does not appear here because I don't have any financial or journal entries in 2020 for a 2020 Market Hog project. So that's why 2020 is not appearing here. 2017 also does not appear here because I don't have any financial entries for a Market Hog project in 2017. So I'm only seeing 2018 and 2019 because I have financial entries in 2018 and 2019. The information that's coming in up here is because I added back a couple videos ago when we talked about non-current items, I added these items in the non-current finances tab. So you can refer back to that video to see how to do that. So I'm going to go save. And now you can see that red triangle went away because I declared that usage. So all of these other items are I'm going to have to go into usage, and I'm going to have to declare which project I use those for. So I have a set of clippers that I also used with my pig project, and I'm going to click twice in 2018, and I'm going to click twice in 2019, and now the usage has been declared for depreciation for those projects. So if you want to learn about depreciation, you can talk to your ag teacher, or you can look up depreciation calculations online. I'm going to go back to my Experience Manager, again by clicking on the AET button and going to the Experience Manager. And now I can go to, I call it the brain, but this is where we're going to record the skills, competencies, and knowledge that we learned this year for our project. And I'm going to go to the 2019 project. So you can see, if you remember, when we set up our plan, we put in 3 planned skills that we plan to do, and I demonstrated 3 planned activities for one of the skills. So one of the planned activities that we did is to make sure there are no nails or other objects in our pen that will harm my pigs. So I'm going to go number 1. I made sure that the pen was safe for my pig, and therefore he did not get cut on any nails, as an example. So then number 2, we said make sure the gate is secure so my pigs won't get out. So number 2, I fixed the latch on the gate, and my pig stayed in his pen. And number 3, I checked my pig gained lots of weight because my pig gained, instead of lots of weight, we're going to see my pig gained 165 pounds because he had access to clean water all of the time. Okay, so then if we tab out of that, it saves. So now we have this section of our SAE plan and our analysis finished. So we can go back to the project and experience manager, and obviously you want to finish those other boxes. So we can go back to our experience manager, and I want to show you where those descriptions come in. So we're going to go to the reports tab, degree and application manager, and I already opened the Pennsylvania State Keystone degree. So I'm going to go to application, and I'm going to go to entrepreneurship, and now you can see how those descriptions come in for my Market Hog project. So here's the description for my Market Hog 2018 project. I bought my pig in April to show at the county fair. I don't have any non-current inventory. I learned how to exercise the hog to keep him trim for the show. And I learned how to identify pig diseases and give a shot. And I showed and sold my pig at the fair in July. So in 2019 then, instead of copying and pasting, I'm going to put in how I grew the following year. So I bought my crossbred pig in May at a show pig sale. I used the profit from my hog last year to buy a really nice show pig. Last year, I learned traits that judges are looking for. I also learned how to feed my pigs so that they achieve the correct weight for the market. I wrote buyer letters, which helped me at the sale. And you should add another sentence here that says, I sold my pigs at the fair. So that takes care of our description of our project. We're going to go back into AET. So that takes care of our year-end tools. We've talked about the clipboard. We've talked about non-current inventory and how to complete the brain. And the brain is still, or the skills, competencies, and knowledge still has a red X because that's not complete. If we want to take a look at our complete record book, we can click on single SAE report. That opens a PDF file, and then you can read down through your project book to make sure that everything's filled in. And we see we have a few blanks in there, and we know that we need to go back in and fill those in. So as always, good complete records make good complete award and degree applications. If you have any questions about SAE, feel free to contact your ag teacher or myself. Have a great day.